What's up guys, it's Brad Bennett from MobileSyrup, and today I just wanted to make a fun video comparing retro music technology.
Come on, we're supposed to be comparing music apps today.
If we're comparing music apps today, what is this here for? And I am sick of this. But what is this even? Who is doing this?
It's the Brad from the past.
Yeah, it was me. What's up guys, it's Brad from MobileSyrup, and today I just wanted to make a video explaining music apps and which one might be right for you. When it comes down to it, there are more or less 6 basic music apps that all offer the same thing. For $10 a month, you can stream unlimited music as long as you keep paying forever. It's a decent proposition, but when it comes down to it, there might be different apps depending on how you listen to music and what your style is. So without any rambling on, let's get into it. We'll start with Spotify. The Swedish king of music apps has over 365 million daily users, making it roughly 3 to 4 times as large as the rest of the pack. However, that doesn't necessarily make it the best, and the more I dove into it, the more I found it having a harder time standing out in 2021. Even if Spotify isn't for you though, there's no denying that it's a solid option. The company has a ton of features and a really popular algorithm. The standout features are things like Canvas, Google Maps integration, podcasts, a good mobile app, a good desktop app, a ton of smart TV apps, Spotify Connect, Instagram Stories integration, car mode, a crossfade tool, and the list goes on. However, while these features make the app more convenient, they don't add that much to the actual listening experience or music discovery. And when I spent time with other apps, I didn't really miss them. The algorithm is what gets the most hype though, and if you have it tuned right, it actually does work wonders. But it kind of puts you in a bit of a music filter bubble, so for people that like one genre or type of music, this works well, but for music discovery, I sometimes find it a little lacking. One thing that I can't discredit is the company's huge user base, making the service feel more social since all of my friends are also on it. It's not like you can't share music when 2 people are on different services, but let's be honest, being able to quickly open a link that someone sends you makes you a lot more likely to actually listen to it. All of these features together definitely help make the music app so popular, but what I think is actually keeping it at the forefront of music apps is that it simply won the race. It created the best music streaming app ecosystem before everyone else. I know a few years ago it had a larger feature gap between itself and the other apps, but in 2021 the field is so close that it doesn't really stand out anymore. This isn't to say that it's a bad app. As we discussed, it offers the most convenience. Just compared to the others, it's not that special. Apple Music is the second place streaming app, and it's got some standout features that make it perfect for listeners that are anti-algorithm, since its crack team of curators and radio hosts bring a human touch to music streaming. The service also has some algorithmically generated playlists and music discovery like Spotify, but once you jump into the Browse tab, it feels like you're bursting out of your own filter bubble and you're just bombarded with music. There are even radio stations and a video channel that's like a modern version of the 80s MTV, full of music videos, live performances, and artist interviews. Overall, it feels less like you're being presented music from a bunch of yes men and more just like your cool friends recommending you things you may not have heard otherwise. The only service that really stands up to this, albeit in a smaller way, is Sonos Radio, which you can only access if you have Sonos speakers. Also like Sonos, Apple Music uses AirPlay 2, which allows you to group compatible speakers together for multi-room audio or cast music to your TV. This isn't Apple Music specific, but it's a very Apple-centric feature. Apple also surprised us all a few days ago by revealing that it's added Hi-Fi to Apple Music for no extra cost. This gives it comparable music quality to Tidal, but for $10 less a month. On top of that, the company also announced that it's getting into the 3D audio space, which may seem like a bit of a fad now, but I think in a few more years, it's going to be a much more exciting way to consume music once more artists start using it and speakers can play it back more faithfully. The last thing worth mentioning though about Apple Music is its lyrics implementation, which is a bit better than the other apps and makes singing along with your favorite tracks a lot of fun. YouTube Music is a relatively low-key streaming service that has 2 trump cards up its sleeve. One is that since you can tap into the back end of YouTube, you get access to tons of live performances, music videos, random tracks made by indie artists, and all of that gloriously weird music that can really only be found on YouTube. That means that you can have your weird vaporwave remixes, popular Drake tracks, and a niche live performance of a band you love all in the same playlist. Plus, you can even upload your own local music files and toss them in there too. The other major plus is that for $2 extra you can access to YouTube Premium, which brings a lot of value to the table. You can download videos on YouTube with YouTube Premium. You can watch or listen to those videos without having the YouTube app open on your phone, plus the real killer feature, YouTube without ads. All of this power doesn't come without some drawbacks though, and it doesn't have the best designed app. Still, its algorithm is decent, and the simple fact that it's so directly tied to YouTube does give it an unbeatable advantage when it comes to music streaming. Hopefully, Google will iron out some of the smaller kinks in the app, but it's still very usable. Tidal is not a bad experience either. Even without the $20 per month hi-fi tier that gets you music in FLAC format, Tidal sounds pretty good and actually has a decently designed app. But beyond having high quality music, there isn't that much to love about it, and it's got music videos like Apple Music and YouTube, plus some minimal human curation, but it doesn't really excel in any of these areas. If you're a diehard fan of the rap, hip-hop, R&B space, there's some cool stuff in the Tidal Rising section, but it's pretty minimal and probably isn't for everyone. So unless you want to pay $20 for hi-fi music, I'd probably just steer clear of Jay-Z's business venture. Amazon Music is another service that I had trouble finding anything overly positive to say about it, unless you're a fan of country superstar Garth Brooks, because Amazon is actually the only place you can get his music, and for some, I know that's definitely worth it. I went to work for her. Still, if you don't like the King of Country, another reason to get Amazon Music is that Prime subscribers can access it for $8 a month, making it the cheapest offering out there if you subscribe to Prime. It's not a terrible service, but the app feels pretty dated, and honestly, I have a feeling that most Amazon Music subscribers are just people who bought Echo devices and are using the basic free tier that you can access through those voice-controlled speakers. It's not a bad way to use the service, and if it works for you, I'm not going to argue with that. But if you are paying $8 to $10 a month for it and you don't listen to Garth, you probably should just switch to Spotify, Apple Music, or even YouTube Music. That said, Amazon also recently announced that it's going to make its hi-fi music codecs available to users for $10 per month like Apple, which does make it a little cheaper than Deezer and Tidal. I don't really know what to say about Deezer either. Overall, the app is fine, the music quality is fine, and it does have podcasts and lyrics like Amazon and Apple. Plus, it does have a $15 hi-fi tier that also supports FLAC files, making it a bit cheaper than Tidal. But now that Amazon and Apple offer hi-fi for $10 a month, it's lost one of the most compelling reasons to subscribe. For the most part, the craziest thing about it is that it's managed to exist this long at all, unlike my introduction to the music space, Rdio, which is gone, but not forgotten. Now that we've come to the end of our scheduled programming, I hope I helped give you some perspective on the music app landscape and helped you find an app that better suits your listening style. For me, my family plan keeps me pretty tightly locked to Spotify since I do love a good value proposition, but I consider switching to YouTube and Apple Music all the time since their feature sets appeal to my listening styles a little more than Spotify. Anyways, and don't forget to toss us a thumbs up and subscribe to help us grow the channel. As always, I'm Brad Bennett, and you can reach out to me online at any time at @TheBradFad. And give MobileSyrup a follow too for all kinds of awesome tech news at MobileSyrup. Thanks for watching.
Sup, it's Brad from Syrup.
It's too slow.
Sup, it's Brad from Syrup.
What is this even for?
Get rid of it.
Sup ladies, it's Brad Bennett from MobileSyrup, and today I'm making a video about music technology.
What?
Oh, hello there, I'm Brad Bennett, and today I am comparing music app technology.
We're comparing music apps today.
I think I actually said that.
If we're comparing music apps today, what is this record player doing here? What even is this?
Brad, you're fired.
What?